It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA season rocking right along, and we're loving every minute of it. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And an extra minute here. Shaq, one of the most exciting moves to watch in basketball, a slashing drive to the rim. Who would you say are the league's best slashers?
I'm going to be quick because I'm not really a guard. I know Kenny probably has a couple things to say. Let me go with Russell Westbrook, freak athlete, attack mentally. Monte Ellis, elite quickness, terrific touch around the rim. James Harden, strength, aggressiveness, ability to draw contact. Tyreke Evans, that's his whole game.
Wow. I thought you weren't going to – how'd you come up that quickly with those guys?
Because I'm trying to give you time to talk, baby.
Man, so I'm going to slow it down. I would say, league MVPs, obviously. Durant and LeBron, those guys, with their mobility and height, LeBron James is like a bullet train, so it's almost impossible to stop him. So I'll end it there, man. But that was quick. Russell, who'd you say? Russell
Westbrook, Monte Ellis, James Harden, and Tyreke Evans.
Wow. It's impressive.
Quite the list. Thanks for joining us.
How did he act like he knew the question you were asking?
We go courtside with Kevin Harlan for the call. Somebody was feeding him the answer.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Boston Celtics come in for this one. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at the Pelicans. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And I think for New Orleans, they've gotten off to the kind of start teams just dread. They've already dug a nice hole for themselves.
Well, they've assured that it'll be an uphill climb the rest of the way if they want to get into the playoffs.
Now here's Evans, coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. Davis with a screen on Thomas. And Davis now top of the key. Launches it. That's good. Davis has got the first 3 points tonight for the Pelicans. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach, Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Celtics, the big men are Sullinger and Olynyk. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side, and it's Crowder at the 3. They get the rebound, Asik, and he lays it straight in. Asik's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Thomas. They set the pick. Feeds to Crowder for 3. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Crowder's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game.
Yeah, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Outside Thomas, 6 on the shot clock, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor in why their defense was subpar.
First one falls for him.
And really a fantastic season for Sullinger last year. Really made some leaps forward, but missed a lot of time still due to injury.
The free throw's good from Sullinger. Sullinger did continue to improve last year, Clark, but you can't ignore that he had to miss time once again.
Yeah, and you hope that he'll be able to stay healthy for a full year at some point. When he's on the floor, he's a hard matchup for just about every team in the league.
Here's Cole. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Snatched up. Davis kicks to Cole. Screen by Asik. Evans goes in. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Davis dishes to Cole. Goes back up. It's deflected. Now here's Crowder. Guarded closely. Outside Thomas. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
The Pelicans have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Evans kicks to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. Pass to Asik. Davis sets a screen. Here's Cole. Jared Sullinger grabs the board.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Sullinger the screen. Sullinger a screen on Holiday. To the wing right side. Off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Olynyk with the steal. Now, here's Thomas. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. He feeds it to Olynyk. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Olynyk's got 5.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Shot to end this full run and finished off by Davis.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And so it's Boston with it, following the score by New Orleans. 4 on the clock. Shot on the wing. Thomas, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Davis with the basket on the assist by Holiday. That's 7 points for Davis.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Sullinger. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Here's Holiday. He had 19 points in the win against Cleveland.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Davis with the bucket.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Thomas passes to Bradley. Davis against Sullinger. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Omer Asik. Then for the Celtics, Zeller comes in for Olynyk, and Amir Johnson subbed in for Jared Sullinger.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the New Orleans Pelicans just need to take it a game at a time.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Here's Cole following the bucket by the Celtics. And Davis puts it in.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Thomas, a screen on Holiday. And it's Bradley off the drive. Right wing. No one near him. Shot by Crowder, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Cole kicks to Evans. The feed now to Davis. And they double up Davis. And it's Evans in the corner. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out. But for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
And Brad Stevens now in his third year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
Gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And that one falls for Zeller. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Pondexter comes in for Tyreke Evans. And Alonzo G subbed in for Norris Cole. And so Zeller nails both of them.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too. So really solid production in his first couple of years.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another. 5
straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Now here's Thomas. 43 points out last game. Kicks to Smart. Johnson dishes to Zeller. The 11-footer, out of hand on it, but he recovers it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Perkins is checked in for New Orleans. Celtics also with a sub. Jerebko's checked in for Thomas. Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Holiday. Here's G. And here's Ajinça. 6 on the shot clock. Turner against Holiday. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Turner with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Jerebko kicks to Smart. Sinks the three-pointer. Smart's got his first 3 points of the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, earlier I spoke with Brad Stevens. Going into this game and scouting the opposition, he told me he's a huge fan of Jrue Holiday, saying, you know, Drew's still a guy with so much potential. You just don't see that many point guards with his kind of frame. 6'4", close to 2 bills, and a great skill set to match. He's a guy you love to watch, but you often hate to go up against. Kevin, we'll see if he can have a big impact in this one.
Thanks, Doris. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win.
Kendrick Perkins, at this point in his career, really more of an enforcer than anything. Last season was statistically his worst since his rookie year. Played for a couple different, actually was part of 3 different teams, and ended up in Cleveland after beginning in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and you know, at this stage, what he gives you now, he's really a space eater down low. Still a terrific screener in the pick and roll or in terms of executing of the offense. And when the game gets physical, that tends to lead to him finding a way to make an impact.
Enforcer's a good term
I
to
like
use.
that
Yeah,
one, Kevin.
I do too.
I like that one.
And, you know, going back to Kendrick Perkins, I mean, he just looks like a guy you wouldn't want to mess with. On top of that, he acts like a guy you wouldn't want to mess with. One of the toughest competitors in the league, and he's got a scowl to match.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And we were talking about Perkins. He's always been willing to do the dirty work. When the Celtics traded him a few years back to Jeff Green, they immediately struggled to outwork and out-hustle opponents. That was one of the few trades that I think Danny Ainge would like to have back.
Here's G. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, Pondexter. That's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's your Jerebko. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Smart, wide open, he fires. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Holiday, the pass to G. Now the dish to Babbitt. He kicks to Pondexter. Holiday, no one around him. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
look at how the Celtics performed over the last month here, Kevin. 5th in steals, 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the opponent's offenses.
In that ranking in the steals category, airtight perimeter defense is one of the things that makes this team go. Their aggressiveness, for me, sets them apart.
Boston leading by 4. Pondexter last year was very valuable after the trade. Career highs, Clark, in points and minutes played for him with the Pels.
Yeah, and, you know, he showed he can really be a 3 and D guy. Shot over 40% from deep with the Pelicans and defended pretty much every position on the perimeter.
And how about the bounce pass? They are being used to perfection.
Perkins with the screen for Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Here's Pondexter. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark bringing it down hard.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Now here is Holiday. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Perkins dishes to G. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
.23 seconds left to play in the first. Now Turner. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Dishes to Zeller. No good on that last second attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Celtics up by 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision. I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks Boston is stockpiled.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his 2nd season. I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
On the court for the Celtics, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. The big men are Sullinger and Olynyk. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. Here's Cole. Evans outside. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Asik. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Olynyk sets a screen for Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Here's Olynyk. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. And it's 7 points for Kelly Olynyk.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Now here's Thomas, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Double team on Thomas. He dishes it to Sullinger. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Omer Asik with the foul. That's his first foul. Sullinger the screen. Wide open look. And another basket for Boston.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Screen by Asik. And Cole kicks to Davis. 16 feet away. Davis can't get that one to fall. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against Cleveland.
And in that game, they did damage in a variety of ways. They were more or less unstoppable offensively.
Showed off all of their weapons and resources at that end of the floor. Really just put on a marvelous show.
Just fine on the clock. Just his first attempt. That's tipped. Here's Pondexter, guarded by Bradley. Evans outside. Davis sets his screen. Three-pointer. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Cole.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And, guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And it wasn't a matchup they fared well in last year, as they just couldn't figure this team out.
0-2 for them in this matchup last year, Greg. Both teams fighting every second of the way, trying to push into the playoffs in their respective conferences.
And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand. Was the architect behind the Warriors' offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
Here's Cole. He has 5. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. Olynyk was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Cole. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Olynyk.
And you know, guys, it's really amazing just how quickly Anthony Davis has blossomed into stardom. You know, by age 21, he was arguably the best player in the game. At age 17, he only had one scholarship offer for college, and that was from Cleveland State to play point guard.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. And in high school, Anthony Davis didn't play for a powerhouse. Perspectives Charter School, only around 200 kids.
Certainly not an NBA hotbed. They had him bring the ball up court and work in the post, much to his developmental benefit. A lot of losses, but he said that it made him a better leader dealing with that adversity. Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? He has 12 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more. That's the